Hello, people of Earth. If anybody's actually watching, I don't really think there is. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Whoops, I accidentally muted the mic there. It seems to be picking up a lot of weird noise. Okay. Yeah, what the heck is that weird noise is picking up? No idea. Oh, there we go. I forgot to turn the noise suppression on. That explains it. Of course, I mess up on my very first stream, which doesn't matter because I don't think there's actually anybody watching. Anyway, I'll repeat what I already said because I forget what I said. Greetings, people of Earth. I am Uchuwaru, an evil alien sumo wrestler here to conquer Earth through the power of VTubing. Now, since this is a debut, I should show you the PNG I'm using because it's not an actual model because I'm too cheap to buy one and also don't have the money. Here are feet. I've watched enough of these debut streams to know people love feet. So here, hopefully the people who are watching this on YouTube, if anybody is, will enjoy this. Okay, move down. You can see here is my Mawashi. That's the belt sumo wrestlers wear. Mine is purple. And as you can see, I'm green because I am an alien. You could have seen that from the feet. And here's the rest of me. Yay. Look at me. Here I am. I drew this myself. Once again, cheap and poor. I actually kind of like it, even if it is goofy and stupid looking. And, I like the way the belly bounces. I think that is nice. If I ever get an actual VTuber model, definitely want to have a big fat belly that bounces around when I talk. Now then, I guess, yeah, I did prepare a slideshow, so I'll move myself down here and show the slideshow. Here is all about me. My name is Uchuwaru. I mean, technically that is not actually my name. That is a Shikona sumo wrestler ring name. Actual name is in an alien language you couldn't possibly pronounce. That includes the family name, which is why I'm not using that as part of the Shikona, even though technically sumo wrestlers do use their family name as part of their Shikona. Mine, I chose myself. I mean, technically, usually I believe the coaches will choose it, but I decided to pick it myself because I am evil. You see, sumo wrestler Shikonas are usually made from a couple of kanji, or several kanji, to evoke a feeling, at least according to Wikipedia, which is way better at explaining it than me, so feel free to look it up if you want. Anyway, I chose the word uchu, which apparently is outer space, and waru, which is an alternate pronunciation for word for evil, which also Aku, but that's the villain in Samurai Jack, and I didn't want to steal his thunder. And also, I thought Waru sounded cooler in the second half. My species is reptilian alien. We are not, in fact, secret masters of the Earth yet. I am planning on conquering the Earth. I would not be planning on conquering the Earth if I already ruled it. That would be stupid. We do not eat human babies. They taste disgusting. And I can't think of anything else that I would wish, any other myths I would like to dispel about us. So moving on. Height and weight. I'm unfamiliar with Earth measurements, and it's definitely not because I don't like stepping on scales and can never remember how tall I am. My birthday is April 16th. Occupation, sumo wrestler / evil leader. I have very bad handwriting and poor planning skills, as you could tell if you're looking at this. And I'm the leader of an evil organization, which I call Evade, because I couldn't think of a good name. I wanted to use something that's an acronym. It stands for Extraterrestrial VTuber About to Dominate Earth. Move on to the next page because nothing else to say here. This is where I started writing my story and drawing it. Once again, cheap and not particularly talented at drawing. See, one day I came to Earth intending to conquer it. And I said, fear me, puny humans, roar! And everybody started running around, acting all scared, and all the world leaders were wetting themselves and about to surrender. But of course, I didn't manage to conquer the Earth. Because the greatest sumo wrestler in the world showed up, and we had a match, and he kicked my butt and threw me into space. Who that is, you may wonder, but I'm not going to say because I really don't want to be putting real people into this if I can help it. They might get upset. Anyway, I got hurled into space and ended up on a satellite. I got trapped there for quite a while. For some reason, this satellite was connected to Earth, and it had a Twitch connection, and I started watching VTubers there. It kept me from going insane, or maybe insaner, since I'm here talking to myself about a story about being an evil alien bent on conquering the Earth. Eventually, my evil organization managed to get me down, and I started on my new plan of conquering the Earth through VTubing. And that's as far as the story goes. Next, let's introduce you to some of the members of my evil organization. I have 4 lieutenants who aren't really important, but I want to fill time. And I went through all the trouble of drawing pictures of them, so you're going to hear about them anyway. Here is the Countess. She is an evil Lich Queen from ancient times. It was originally going to be a vampire, but I thought a lich would be easier to draw. As you can see, she's wearing purple and green because I've decided those will be my official colors because my Mawashi is purple and my skin is green. And that thing that looks like she's holding in her mouth is actually a necklace. It's just I'm not a very good artist. She's the member of my organization in charge of all the magical stuff. If I need to make an army of zombies or skeletons or vampires or put a curse on somebody or remove a curse from somebody, she's the one I get to do it. And here is Super Ultra Mega Divine Death Fist III. He's the punching guy. If I need somebody punched in the face, he's the one that does it. And he also makes sure that all the underlings are properly trained in how to fight. And those things on his hands are supposed to be boxing gloves. Because I always like Strong Bad. He's one of my favorite villains of all time. And here is Doc. He is our mad scientist. He is wearing a bathrobe and socks with sandals. And that's about all I would say about him. He's a mad scientist. He's the other person who handles monsters and ray guns and giant robots. Maintains our teleportation system. All that cool stuff. And finally, Ted from accounting. Because somebody has to do it. Moving on. More about me. My favorite things. Let's see. My favorite color is purple. That's why I'm wearing a purple mawashi. My favorite food, pumpkin pie. So I admit I also really like lasagna and Reese's peanut butter cups and mashed potatoes and gravy. Mm. If I hadn't eaten lunch, I'd be making myself hungry talking about it. My favorite band, They Might Be Giants. I just love They Might Be Giants. They're such a great band. Also, of course, give a shout out to Weird Al Yankovic, who is my favorite musician, but he's not a band. So he does have a band, but I'm not putting Al's band as my favorite band because that's They Might Be Giants. Favorite TV show, Doctor Who. Been a fan of that since the original series. Like the newer version too, mostly. I mean, 13's episodes weren't all that great. Really bad writing. Kind of like 15's, some of them anyway. Just hope they don't have Billy Piper isn't actually playing the Doctor when they do another season, because that was really stupid. Favorite movie, The Princess Bride. Definitely not because I'm a big softie at heart. It's my favorite movie because I really think the Six Fingered Man is a great villain. Yeah, that's it. Favorite sumo wrestler, Takayasu. He's just so cool. He never wins the U show. That's the tournament. He's never won a tournament ever. He always second place or worse. But he's actually very skilled and seems like a nice guy. Definitely my favorite. I also do like Ura. He's cool. He's got all those cool tricks. Wakataka Kage. Always fond of him. Keep hoping he'll make Ozeki someday, but never quite seems to make it. Of course, Al Nishki's pretty good these days. I like him. If you don't know anything about sumo or who any of those people are, well, I don't know. I'll maybe talk about sumo at some other point. Favorite VTuber, Naikami Oshi. Though I admit I don't know if she'd be happy to have me as it since I don't know what I'm doing. Well, of course she would. She's a nice person. Anya the genius. She's so sweet, so cute, so nice. It soothes me just to listen to her. I could listen to her talk all day. And I tell you, if she ever needs the help of an evil organization, I'll totally be there. In fact, I've occasionally considered sending my evil organization after, never mind, don't want to call it actual real people. Because that's not cool. That's a good way to get the police yelling at you. And I don't want the police yelling at me. Especially when the evil organization is largely imaginary. Favorite book, yeah. My favorite book, John the Balladeer by Manly Wade Wellman. It's his collection of short stories written several decades ago. Sort of fantasy and horror-ish about a guy named John who wanders the mountains of Appalachia with his silver-strung guitar and is always running into monsters and things and witch folk and evil stuff. Then he battles with his music and knowledge of folklore and stuff. It's just a really great book. Everybody should read it. My favorite beverage, Diet Dr. Pepper. It's not like the only thing I drink, but usually if I drink soda, it's going to be Diet Dr. Pepper. Unless the store's out of it when I do my grocery shopping, then I'll get some other random drink, maybe Dr. Pepper Zero, maybe some diet soda. Usually not sugary sodas. I don't like too much sugar. I do also drink a lot of water, which is much better for you. But I do love the taste of Diet Dr. Pepper. My favorite anime. This isn't odd one, Ghost Hunt. Short-lived series from the early 2000s about a paranormal investigation agency. A teenage schoolgirl accidentally stumbles onto the scene where they're investigating in a building in her college or high school, and accidentally ends up breaking something and gets forced to join them. And there's two paranormal investigators and a shrine maiden and a Buddhist monk and a Catholic priest, and they all investigate supernatural stuff together. I just really like it, and I do really wish that some publisher that publishes translated versions of light novels would publish the translation of that, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. But if they do, whoever publishes it, I guarantee you will be spared once I conquer the earth. I can't say the same for people who don't publish it, so you never know. Might be in your best interest to publish it if you're watching. Animal of wolves. I like wolves. They're like doggies. Except for the bigger, and they got those cool eyes. And, they aren't quite as tamed as dogs, which is cool. I much prefer wild animals. I mean, okay, I like dogs too, and kitty cats. I used to keep pet rats too when I was younger. They make good pets too. I like fluffy animals. Video game. Oh, I put down Streets of Rogue on this, mostly because I've been replaying it recently. It's a roguelite from a few years ago, and has a sequel that's hopefully going to be coming out soon. I've definitely played it a lot. I was checking on Steam, and I've apparently got over like 500 hours on it, which is the second most hours I have on any game there. Highest apparently being Disgaea RPG, which was the gacha version of my favorite franchise, Disgaea. Another great series you should check out. But of course, Disgaea RPG English server shut down years ago. I don't even know if the international servers are still running. So that is definitely not going to be my favorite. And frankly, it probably wouldn't be even if it was running. In Disgaea 1, maybe. I do love that game. I haven't played it in a while. Maybe I'll try playing that on a stream sometime. Replaying it, I guess, since I've played it before. But probably not anytime soon. Streets of Rogue also will probably not be playing on stream, because now I've finally managed to get all the achievements for it. I haven't been playing it as much. Streets of Rogue 2, definitely, if you ever come out with it. Developer guy whose name I can't remember, but who was definitely not watching this, so it doesn't matter. Oh, tabletop game, Magic the Gathering. Yep, I like playing Commander. Maybe at some point I will play Magic Arena on stream. That will be fun, I guess. I'm not really as good at 60 card formats as I am at Commander, but it'll be worth trying out. Cryptid. Albert Twitch, or possibly Albert Witch. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Pennsylvania's Little Bigfoot. Said to be very fond of apples and native to the area of Pennsylvania I live in. Also got to give a shout out to the Squonk, Pennsylvania's other cryptid. The monster that's supposed to look like a really ugly pig that's so ugly it spends all its time crying because of how ugly it is, which is in fact actually very cute, I guess. Yeah, if you gotta cry all the time because you're so ugly, that actually makes you cute, sort of. Nothing else to say about that. What will I do on streams? Play games. Yeah, everybody does that. Will anybody watch me play games? I hope so. What kind of games, you might ask? That's a good question. I plan on doing whatever the heck I feel like. I bought a bunch of stuff during this the Steam winter sale, so I'll probably play that first. Exactly which? Well, I have one thing in particular. Since I'm a sumo wrestler, I wanted to play a sumo game, so I got a sumo game as part of the Steam sale. And I'll probably play that on my next stream, then move on to something better. Or maybe better, I don't know. Anyway, what's next? Babble about whatever stupid thought enters my head, like what I'm doing now. otherwise known as chatting. I'm not good at chatting. In fact, I'm probably better at just sitting here talking to myself like I'm doing now. But, if I actually get an audience, and I hope I do, I will do my best to chat. Because most of my favorite streamers are really good at that. Like Henya, she's really great at that. Yeah, I just love listening to her chat. Mousie's good at it too. I like listening to Mouse chat too. Giga's pretty good too. I like Giga. She's smart. Oh, Buff Buff. Hey, why am I talking about my... Oh yeah, got into the babble about whatever stupid thought entered my head part. I should move on. Or just sit here listing VTubers I like. Talk about books. I like books. You've heard me talk about Manly Wade Wellman's John the Balladeer. So, I will try to talk about books I like on these streams, or series I like, or something I've read recently, or whatever. Because I like that, and I should talk about stuff I like if I want to make this interesting. And then also should not be standing here just saying, on. Sing! I cannot sing very well, but people seem to really like it when VTubers sing. So I will sing if people want me to, or possibly even if they beg me not to. I've even been writing a parody song about my Kamiyoshi that maybe someday I'll get up the nerve to actually sing. But first I've got to get the lyrics a little better. They're not that great. And I should probably get her permission, which I'm too nervous to ask for. So it probably won't be anytime soon. And everyone can be happy about that because... Oh, here, let's see if I can remember the lyrics to something. I'll show you how bad I am at singing. Song. Think of lyrics. Song. I know. No, I don't remember that. How come you're always such a fussy young man? Don't want no Captain Crunch, don't want no Raisin Bran. Well, don't you know that other kids are starving in Japan? So eat it. Just eat it. Don't you tell me that you're full. Forgot the lyrics and I'm singing them out of order, but eat it, eat it, eat it. Yeah. Don't you make me... Okay. As you can see, I am not a very good singer, and I have a bad habit of forgetting lyrics to any song. That was supposed to be Eat It by Weird Al Yankovic, which was the first song that popped into my head. In fact, about the only songs I remember all the lyrics to are old TV show theme songs. And I'm not going to sing one of those right now. So I've already subjected anybody that listens to this to enough of my bad singing. So moving on. Advance my evil plan to... yeah, I should have just cut that out instead of just blurring it over. Something. Yeah, moving on. Overall plans. Hang out with cute anime girls, especially blurred. Yeah. Okay, what can I say? I like watching cute anime girls. I expect most people, if anybody ever watches this, most of them do too, because that's what most VTubers are and what most people who watch VTubers like. And yes, there's one in particular I would like to hang out with. You could probably guess who it is, but I'm not saying because that would be weird. And I think I've made things weird enough just by not cutting that like a sensible person would have. Get actual custom assets. I mean, yeah, this background I got behind me, they're nice enough. Any alerts? Maybe nice. I mean, I don't have any because nothing's going on. I got paid for assets, or generic, paid for by the same person who did the background, like part of a set. We definitely like better ones, and animated transition, that'd be nice too. And all the other cool stuff that all the actual cool VTubers have. Get an actual 2D VTuber model. No idea why I wrote Avatar there. I know they're usually called. I don't know why I wrote Avatar. Possibly I was thinking of Avatar. The Airbender, not the Clue people, because, Avatar was recently released into on Magic the Gathering. Like, was that just last month? No, I think that was November. I don't remember. But anyway, I definitely would like to get an actual VTuber model. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the PNG I drew. It's goofy and weird, and I like it. And if I get a 2D VTuber model, it'll also be goofy and weird. Possibly not even in an anime style. No idea exactly what style, but something goofy and weird. And I stopped talking about it because I keep saying goofy and weird. Uchuwaru theme song. Everybody should have a theme song. Not just VTubers, everybody. I've always wanted to have a theme song, and this seems like the perfect excuse to maybe get one. Conquer the Earth. Yes, that is in fact part of my evil plan. Don't worry, I will be a benevolent ruler. Way better than the malevolent idiots you have running you now. Oh, okay, that's it. Okay, that is it for my presentation. And since there is nobody here to ask me any questions, I guess I will end it here. If I had followers, I'd maybe consider rating somebody, but since it's just me, that would be pointless. So bye-bye, everybody. Oh yeah, I guess I should talk about when. That's right, I made some notes. I'd talk about all the notes of other things I wanted to talk about. Chicona check. YouTuber model check. And yeah, don't be weird. Also mention mouse check. No burping check. Yep. Oh yeah, I guess I should also mention my plans for future streams. I should stream on Sunday. Normally I won't be streaming on Sundays, but I have the day off for a family thing early in the morning, and I'll probably try and do a stream sometime in the afternoon since I'm off. Otherwise, mostly going to be Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, and maybe Wednesday nights after I get off work, because I work weird hours and don't get off till late. And on the other nights I work, I'm usually watching Hanya or Mouse, one or the other. But yeah, Hanya doesn't treat me. And I can spend one night a week not watching Mouse, I guess. So that is it. Hopefully someday somebody will watch this on YouTube, because ain't nobody watching it on Twitter. Goodbye.